So if you're a SaaS founder or a product leader, your inbox is probably just flooded with AI hype, right? Everyone is scrambling to bolt on AI features, but let's be real, a lot of them just fall flat. They feel tacked on, they don't solve a real user problem, and nobody uses them. The real issue here? Most teams are treating AI like it's a technology problem. But in this explainer, we're going to flip that. We're going to reframe AI for what it actually is, a product problem. And this right here, this is the whole game. This is the simple truth that separates the AI features people love from the ones that are just expensive failures. See, your job isn't to find some cool new AI model and then hunt for a place to shove it into your product. Your job is to go deep on your user's journey and find those exact moments of friction where AI can make a real, tangible difference. This slide really breaks down the two mindsets you can have. Over on the left, you've got capability-first thinking. And it's so tempting, right? It starts with the tech. Hey, we've got this amazing large language model. What can we build with it? But that path almost always leads you to a solution that's desperately looking for a problem. Now, on the right, that's where we need to live. Problem-first thinking. This starts and ends with your user's pain. What are they struggling with? What's tedious or frustrating or just slow? That's our starting line. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with that mental model shift, then get really tactical on how to audit your own product. After that, we'll walk through 4 proven AI patterns, cover how to validate your best ideas, and then wrap it all up with a simple checklist you can use right away. Let's get into it. All right, first up, let's really cement this idea of shifting your mental model. And trust me, this isn't just about changing a few words. It changes your entire strategy and how you execute. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with this term workflow friction. This is the enemy we're hunting. It's any point in your product where a user has to do something manual, something repetitive, or something just plain boring. You know what I'm talking about, where they're copying and pasting between screens, manually categorizing a list of items, or pulling the exact same report every Monday morning. These are the moments where they lose steam and get frustrated. And for us, these friction points are absolute goldmines for high-impact AI opportunities. Okay, so how do you actually find this friction? Well, that brings us right into section 2, auditing your product. This is the one question you need to be obsessed with. Ask your team, ask your support reps, ask your customers. But don't ask them, hey, what AI features do you want? No. Ask them where the grunt work is. Where are your smart, expensive users spending their time on tasks that don't actually require their brainpower or creativity? That is almost always where you'll find the lowest hanging fruit for AI. And what you'll find is that these friction zones are shockingly common in pretty much every SaaS product out there. Manually typing in data from a PDF, we've all been there. Tagging hundreds of support tickets, routing new leads to the right person, pulling those same weekly metrics again. These tasks are necessary, yeah, but they're low value, they're repetitive, and they're just begging for human error. They are the perfect candidates for AI to just step in and take over. So this brings us to the core of this whole explainer, the high-impact AI patterns. The good news is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can look for these proven strategies that time and time again create massive value for users. We're going to cover 4 of the big ones. First up, the most common and often most powerful pattern, simple automation. This is all about taking those tedious, rules-based tasks we just talked about and just letting the AI do the heavy lifting. This frees up your users from that soul-crushing grunt work so they can focus on the strategic thinking they were actually hired for. So what does this look like in the real world? Well, think about Zendesk. It uses AI to automatically read and route support tickets, saving humans countless hours of sorting. Or look at Jasper, which uses generative AI to help marketers get a huge head start on writing content. A classic example is any system that can just look at an invoice PDF, pull out the key fields, and pop them into your database. No more manual entry. So the question for you is, where is the grunt work hiding in your product? Okay, pattern number 2 is all about personalization. This is where you leverage all that unique data your product is already collecting, user behavior, project history, you name it, to create a completely tailored experience. It's about making your software feel like it actually understands each user and what they're trying to accomplish. A fantastic example of this is Jacebo, the learning platform. They have an AI learner coach that looks at what a user has already done and what skills they have, and then it suggests the perfect next course for them. That's a huge driver for engagement. On a simpler level, your product could just analyze how someone is using it and recommend the next best feature for them to try out. That helps them get value so much faster. Pattern 3 is where we move beyond just showing users data and we start actively interpreting it for them. A static dashboard just puts all the work on the user to find the insight. With AI, you can automatically surface trends, flag things that look weird, and even make predictions. You're delivering insights, not just raw data. Take a look at Xylo, a SaaS management platform. They use machine learning to predict which of their customers' software subscriptions are at risk of being canceled. That is proactive intelligence. It tells the user something critical that they wouldn't have known otherwise. Your product could do something similar, like automatically flagging a weird spike in user activity or predicting which customers are ready for an upsell. All right, our final pattern, AI native features. This is the most transformative one. This isn't about just making an existing workflow a little bit better. This is about creating brand new capabilities that were literally impossible before modern AI. This is where you can fundamentally change how users even interact with your software. And we see this everywhere now, don't we? Slack's AI can summarize a long channel you missed so you can catch up in seconds. Zoom transcribes your entire meeting in real time. You've got companies like 10Web that can generate a whole website from a single text prompt. These AI assistants and generative tools are completely resetting what users expect from all software. Okay, so you've done the audit, you've identified some really promising opportunities that fit these patterns. Now what? You can't just spin up a dev team for a 6-month build. No, you have to validate that idea first. This is the million-dollar question for every single product leader, isn't it? An idea sounds amazing in a brainstorming session, but will it actually deliver value? Will users even use it? And is it technically possible without a massive investment? You need a framework to answer these questions before you write a single line of production code. The best way I've found to think about this is with a simple 2x2 matrix. Just plot the potential value to your user against the technical complexity to build it. Down in the bottom left, low value and high complexity. That's the danger zone. Avoid those projects. The bottom right, high value but also high complexity, those are your big strategic bets. They need careful planning. But the sweet spot, your top priority, is up there in the top right. High value for the user, low technical complexity. Those are your quick wins. So how do you de-risk those ideas and figure out where they land on the matrix? It's a simple 3-step dance. First, you have to assess your data. AI is totally useless without clean, accessible, and sufficient data. Period. Second, don't build from scratch. Use existing APIs from places like OpenAI or grab an open source model to build a really lightweight prototype. The goal is just to test the core idea fast. And third, and this is the most important part, get that prototype in front of real users and listen. Does it actually solve their problem? Is it easy to use? Their reaction is going to tell you everything you need to know. Okay, let's pull all of this together into one final super actionable checklist. This is the framework you and your team can use every single time a new AI idea pops up. Here it is, just 4 simple questions. Number 1, does this solve a real user pain point by crushing some workflow friction? Number 2, is our data actually ready for this? Is it clean? Is it accessible? Is there enough of it? 3, what are the industry benchmarks? What are our competitors doing? And what do our users now expect as table stakes? And finally, number 4, how can we validate this with a quick, cheap prototype before we commit to a massive build? If you run every idea through this checklist, you will dramatically increase your odds of building AI features that your users will actually thank you for. I'll leave you with this final thought. Your biggest AI opportunities are almost always hiding in plain sight. There are the manual workarounds, the tedious little processes that are so ingrained in your users' daily lives that they've literally forgotten that they can even complain about them. Your job as a product leader is to find that hidden frustration, because the very best AI features, they don't feel like technology at all. They just feel like magic.
If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share it, with others who might benefit too. To learn more about product management and digital marketing, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.